What is going on, man? What is that?
What's going on, brother? Before we came live, me and you were talking about like equipment, and like it's the story, it's the operator, not the equipment. This is one of my favorite pieces of equipment that just got me like 2 years ago. This is a 4K Insta 360. So this thing shoots in 4K and it grabs everything around you. And I've been using it a lot more lately than I ever used it before, because when I first got it, I really don't think I knew how to operate it. So I didn't use it that much, but here recently I've been using it a lot. And I was looking at that thinking what we were just talking about. So I had to go to like sliding it out because it's attached to the table right here. It's all attached to my table.
And I think we've said it many times, especially people that are coming up with YouTube. You don't have to have the biggest equipment right away. Slowly build yourself up on that. Get yourself here and there. I know I showed Chase talked about it. I talked about it in his live last week. Because to me, it was something cool my wife got me for Christmas. And for any of you guys that do watch, I love doing my Disney news shows. I actually enjoy it. I like doing the research for it. I like writing my script for it. But in past, I've had a hard time because I got two monitors. I got one over here, and then I got my laptop over here. And if you've watched any of my shows in the past, you've seen I usually put my script on a monitor that's on the side of the camera, and you'll see my eyes trail over. Well, this week, nope, that didn't happen. Wife got me a teleprompter. I was scared to use it, but my God, game changer. That thing was so awesome. Oh, I think we lost Wayne. I thought there was something weird. He's starting to look kind of frozen. But, like I said, complete game changer. Let me get rid of this. I got to get my stuff back. Absolutely loved it. I have some work to do from, some of it. He said he will be back, and he lost his internet. So we'll just continue on. But, complete game changer. I liked it. I have to... Some spots I saw where I had stuttered a little bit, and I got to get more fluent. But, if you guys let me know in the chat, if you guys saw my 5 minutes at Disney this week, and if you didn't know I was using a teleprompter, did you notice I was looking at the screen more? Would you have known that before I told you that I was using a teleprompter? But I absolutely loved it. I was scared to use it, but it went so much smoother than I thought. I was so impressed with how well it went, and absolutely loved it. So can't wait to use it some more. Oh, I think we got Wayne back.
I had to pay my internet bill real quick.
Also, I was talking, and I looked over and I see Wayne had this straight same look the whole time. Like something can't be right.
So it does that every once in a while. I live on the lake, and it's notoriously has a bad internet connection. It's crazy that's the first time that's ever happened to us. So if it happens again, I apologize in advance. We were talking about equipment. The story outweighs equipment. To this day, I still shoot everything on my iPhone. I think that you still shoot everything on your iPhone. The iPhones get more and more cinematic every day. I just learned that I could start changing my exposure, my f-stops on my phone to get more cinematic looks that you normally otherwise wouldn't have gotten, unless you would have decided you were going to change your exposure. So I'm one of those crazy people now that I think coming into YouTube, I kind of fell into that same trap a little, because I started my YouTube channel to prove a point. But the more that I've gotten into it, the more I don't believe your equipment has anything to do with your success on YouTube.
I definitely think there's three things to, I think, a good content. It is one, it really doesn't matter what equipment you use. You can use an iPhone, you can use whatever, and it's about how you shoot it and what you shoot it. But lighting is very important. Second would be creativity. Then just straight up creativity. Story out trumps everything. The editing process. That is really, to me, I think that's where I put most money of what I do into it. I know you still use Filmora, which is a fantastic editing software. I upgraded mine because I use Mac, so I use Final Cut. So I spent like $300 on that program. But to me, it's 1,000% well worth it.
I love my Filmora, though. If I would, to me, that goes to the storytelling, though, because we were saying, storytelling out. I think that your editing is all part of the storytelling process. Yeah. I'm a firm believer that, and I have not always been the biggest fan of the editing process. I believe that is part of telling this story
yeah.
is in the editing process. It's a lot of fun, but we have some really cool stuff to go over today. I have some, you know, what's crazy is I got some Disney stuff for you today, which is pretty wild that I've got some Disney stuff today. Funko is still without a social media director, as far as I could tell, just based on the fact that their social media.
Twitter, I did look at their Twitter earlier, and it is pretty well boring.
MIA. It's been MIA for a long time. Their Instagram is kind of what I'm judging this off of, has been like real MIA.
They've
for
really
a while.
just been posting up pictures that people have been sending in.
Yes. So it's been really weird in what's going on with Funko right now, but I still have like a lot of positive vibes that we're going to see a lot of positive stuff coming out of this year. Did you hit that chat already? Did I miss it?
No, we have not hit the chat. I was still finishing up to talk about my wonderful new gadget that I'm loving. But
what do I need to apply for?
Huh?
Well, I'm not applying for their social media. Oh God, they'd hate my plan. They'd fire me the first week because I'd be like, "Don't have a social media plan. Let everyone else do it for you."
Let's see. Here's the thing, and I know we'll get to the chat in a second. But you know, being that I did a social media management class, you know, last semester. You know, there is a special thing about creating a campaign and creating and making cohesiveness between all of it. And you know, I understand that and someone made a decision to have a Funko YouTube show.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned, and here's what I would do, and here's what I think the fans want. To be honest, if you want them to do some good marketing management, and if there's any, I mean, I guarantee you Funko's not listening because we're blacklisted.
Yeah,
but
no,
listen to this.
They probably are listening.
I'm telling you this right now. This is what you do. Stop doing your stupid ass lives, first of all, because you already have a ton of YouTubers already doing that for you. It's already there. It's already free. It's free. Yeah. We're free advertising for you. Second of all, keep doing what you're doing as far as, you know, you need to have a monthly plan of, you know, big drops, you know, talking about some big drops, talking about some chases. Third of all, you need some live action. We need to be able to see what Funko is about. You need to start having a social media manager that's taking shorts of inside the company, inside the factory floor, inside the design floor, inside. We want to see the behind the scenes. And that's what we want to see. You don't have to give a lot. You just have to give enough to where it keeps people interested. That's how you create a solid social media campaign.
Sounds great to me. I can't even add to it. I think you covered it all. I think we had this conversation not too long ago. I looked back at their YouTube site, and their YouTube is god awful amounts of subscribers, but their recent videos only have like 1,000 or 2,000 views versus the 1 million subscribers they have. It just mathematically doesn't add up. They failed on a lot of different levels, but I still hold faith that they're coming back. I do. I totally believe that they are. Let's hit that chat.
I do think this is the calm before the storm.
I really think so too. I think that we're about to see big things come from Funko.
So early on in the chat, we had Chase's Kingdom. Hails to the Kingdom. What's going on?
What is up, Chase?
A good friend that hasn't been in the chat for a very long time, and I know he's probably not staying in it because he does watch the rewinds. He has hit me up before. Is Andy Roberts. He used to be well known. Him and his family used to be well known watchers of ours when we were on Friday nights at 6. But they're in England, so at 8 o'clock it's really late for them. So we completely understand. But he does tell me it does hit up the chat or the rewind. So appreciate Andy for stopping in. Really good to see you again. We got OTT with G in the house. What's up, man? I know he was in Florida recently. Sorry, life gets busy, especially with the holidays, so we weren't able to meet up. But definitely probably the next time. We have.
You had a chance to meet up with OTT with G?
Huh?
Why do these people? They see. This is how I know that you're the most liked person on the WayneTech Experience. None of these people ever asked me to meet up with them. Never.
Well,
never. Zero times.
Here's the different thing: is you are in Indiana. I'm in Orlando, Florida, which is a highly visited tourist destination.
So you admitted that you're the best liked on the WayneTech?
No, not at all. Not at all. Equally.
All right.
We're going to give Zach Bonifer, which it looks to be making some sort of avocado, tomato, bacon, and Swiss cheese sandwich.
Woo, sounds good. All but the avocados. I can't do avocados.
We've also got the wonderful, the great, the best mind in the business, Miss Christina Payne.
Miss Christina Payne.
We got Dead Zone Citizen in the house. What's happening, bro?
Always got some great stuff going on.
We got Kenneth Bird. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping on by. And I think we are caught up at the moment.
Did we miss Chase?
We have more people in the chat, but people just haven't said anything.
Did we miss Chase?
No, Chase was the very first one.
Did we say hey to Chase? We should probably say hey to. We should say hey to Chase again.
Hey, what Chase? Hey, where is it? Let's begin with the smile one. Chase, hey, don't forget to go visit him on Saturdays. As you know, there's not many live streams as much anymore about Funko, but you can rely on a few things. You can rely on us always being here, and you can rely on Chase being there on Saturday mornings.
Remember last year we were talking about making a new segment to the show, right? And the new segment was going to be something to do with 90 seconds. That's all we're going to elaborate.
Okay.
And something to do with 90 seconds. I think Chase should be the first guest for that segment. I think that we should make him the first guest for that segment. I'm 100% convinced that that's what we should do.
Well, like a 90-second shout out?
No. We'll talk a little bit more about like
the shout out.
Say what?
Pre-recorded shout out?
No. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna side message it here. We'll throw
I got it. And now my mind's going with other ideas too.
Typed all of that and didn't hit the type.
One thing I will give Chase, and I know Wayne and I have always been here, so it works for Wayne and I because we bounce off each other so well. Wayne, I'm not gonna lie, and I think I've said this many times in the past. Wayne is the brains behind this because he comes up with the stuff to talk about the majority of the time, and he kind of keeps this whole thing rolling. So we give him that. I'm just the annoying person that talks way too goddamn much. But I give Chase some credit here because every now and then I'll pop in just to harass him, and it seems to be every time I pop in, Slush pops in to point that stupid fake gun at me. But to do a show, an entire show every week by yourself,
it's difficult.
That's hard.
It is difficult. It is. I don't know if you remember, but I used to do that one by myself on Wednesdays, and it's a difficult gig.
It's different than you and I talking about each other. It's a whole different thing to be there by yourself the whole time.
Yes, it is a different gig. Check your private chat.
All right. We got Simon in the house. What's going on,
brother? In the house. Let me tell you something. I think Simon has the coolest little icon. What do you call these little things that people have? What are those little things? No. Your private chat over here in the StreamYard. What do you call those little like things that people have beside it that show
like an avatar type thing?
He has the coolest avatar.
Well, all except for the fact that flag is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers flag. So he could have done a better one than that. But the rest of it, I like the Pikachu ears.
I don't know, man. I think that's one of the coolest. Like, so do you remember now when I was talking about like the 90 seconds?
I think I'm starting to remember it. Yeah.
So we do, here, I'll hit you again.
Still partially confused, but I live my life partially confused. We got another one. We got Johnny Funko in the house. Usually where you find Simon, you find Johnny.
Yes, sir. There you go. I sent you another one.
Oh, okay. Possible.
I think that we should have. I think that we should have Chase on for the first one of those.
Could be.
I think Chase is. I'm telling you, I think Chase is the first one for that. Anyways, let's move on past that.
We'll have to work the details out on that. But there could be more. It is a new year, so again, happy New Year to everybody. I know we haven't said that yet. Happy New Year out there, and
happy New Year, guys.
There are I know we've said in the past, and I know maybe we didn't do it. I don't know, but between the Wayne and I recently, like there have been ideas just flowing.
This year's gonna be a fun year. This year's gonna be a fun year. This year's definitely gonna be a fun year. We got the luau in the house. Definitely. Hey, we're on my channel this week. What does it get? Super chat.
Superhero landing involved.
So to lose like Andrew's one of the only people I know in the Funko community that shares a fetish with shoes, which is a little different than most people that I know. I want to bring this up though because I know that you're a big Disney fan. This is going to be the 100th anniversary of Disney. You've kind of thrown this around with me a few times, kind of showing me different stuff, and I said that I'm not going to believe it until I see that it's official. I am pretty sure that it is now official. We have the few different Disney. We have the Goofy.
Ooh, I love the black and white Mickey. I gotta hit something. Johnny Funko said, "Mr. Techbot, do you want to design that logo?"
You want to what?
It's a good logo. I like it. It's just, I'm a Patriots fan, so I gotta throw some shade on the Buccaneers.
Johnny Funko designed that logo, man. They got something going on over there. What they got going on? That's one of my favorite logos. I swear
we got another one in the house. We got Quick Draw McGraw.
Quick Draws in the house. Man, y'all are like coming in force today. You're going to have to throw a comment over there and tell us exactly what you think about these black and white pops. I have not decided exactly how I feel about them. I am kind of on the fence on how I feel about the black and white pops, but this Goofy is really cool. I don't know what that sticker is back behind there.
Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't seen that before.
I've kind of been wondering exactly what that sticker is. I think they blurred it out on purpose, to be completely honest.
Here's the thing I like about this. This goes back to first run characters. This goes back to first cartoon versions of these characters. In an essence, and I love it. I'm gonna go broke this year. I'm telling you. I swear to God, I'm gonna go broke. But here's the better part I like about what I love Funko is doing with Disney. 50th anniversary, Walt Disney World. Not only were the pops cool, but the boxes were awesome with the gold, the backdrop. The silver on these boxes are even hotter. This is an absolute. I don't care. This is the second time Walt has ever been made into a pop, and I have to have this 1,000%. I don't care. This is be one that even if I didn't get it first try, I would pay money for this pop. I don't care.
Man,
I have to have this.
We have 15 people in here. 15 people in here.
That's good. That's a good number.
15 people in here today. All right. So you have to have this Walt. The Walt's a must-have. I got you. So check this out. So here's the one that I think if I was going to go after any of them would have to be this the poster, the movie poster that they have of Snow White. I guess because of our age, I didn't necessarily know that there was even a Snow White poster out there.
Well, this is of course an original. This is more of an original movie poster for Snow White. Of course, everyone knows that Snow White was the very first full-length feature film that Walt Disney had ever put out. And he was taking a huge risk by this because everybody was telling him back then full-length cartoon movies are never going to work, and he proved everyone wrong. So
surprisingly, it looks like they did good. Surprisingly, it looks like they did good. But that's not going to be it all in like the Disney news or the Disney Funko news that they have going on. I have some more Disney like pops out there that just kind of hit, and they're just kind of hot, and there's a lot of people that are sharing them right now on Instagram. It's kind of funny. Remember, everything used to kind of fall on the day that we went live until here recently, and then nothing's kind of fell. Well, I think we've kind of like floated right back into that. Everything's falling.
I knew you were going to put this picture up. This picture has pissed me off.
What?
Because
why?
I knew about this pop, right? This pop is sold out in Disneyland. First of all, this pop pissed me off because Disneyland got it first. Now, I get it. Haunted Mansion is big because it's a cooler building out in Disneyland. But this is still a 50th anniversary Magic Kingdom Walt Disney World pop. So first of all, why did Disneyland get this first? Second of all, I was at Magic Kingdom a couple weeks ago, and I went into the Haunted Mansion gift shop looking for this, and they didn't have it. This picture, this is the weirdest place I think I've ever seen that they put a pop. This picture is from the gift shop in the Contemporary Resort. So now I got to go out to the Contemporary Resort to try to find this goddamn thing.
So Zach says he wants the Wizard of Oz. That would be interesting. OTT says he's been trying to find them, but he can't. So here's where I'm kind of at with this. They have that strange sticker on there. I know that everyone's seen. I wish somebody over in the chat. There's 14 of y'all. If somebody knows exactly what that sticker is, please let me know, because I have no clue what that sticker is, and I'm a bit of a sticker whore. I mean, that we all know that. I mean, that's
maybe
just
that's Funko's new exclusive sticker.
I don't know. So I've kind of been trying to reorganize and straighten my studio back. It still hasn't I still haven't seemed to get it right since it flooded. So I still have like some things I'm doing, and I grabbed one of them the other day. Do you remember when Funko, for a brief moment, you probably don't, because I think that was probably right as you were like not getting out of the collecting, but not going after Funkos as much. They started making this little bitty Funko Shop exclusive sticker. It was like maybe a half the size of the old Funko Stop sticker. It was really strange. They only did it for like 3 or 4 pops and went right back to the old one. I mean, so it was like the size of the glow stickers. You know, they put the glow sticker on there. It was like that size. It was this itty bitty little thing they started sticking on there.
Chase, this one is the 50th anniversary sticker. He's talking about the one that was on the Goofy.
Yeah, no. Watch, I'll show you real quick. I'm talking about this one. So I'm just real curious as to what this sticker is, as to what do you get out of that? I mean, that tells me that there's going to be a different exclusive sticker of some sort, right? I mean, of some sort. We're about to see a different exclusive sticker, because I studied this sticker and studied it, and that's why it told me that's kind of where I went with. That's why it's
that
blurred.
Funko's big, predominantly put on the front. I'd like to say that looks to be a new, updated Funko exclusive sticker. Personally.
Do you think that's what that is? Do you think that's like
majority? If you look at the history of most stickers, majority of the stickers will have, especially if it's a brand, is always going to mainly have the main brand in the middle of the sticker. This says Funko. We can clearly see this says Funko in the middle of the sticker. I think this is an upgraded Funko exclusive sticker.
I don't know. I'm real curious, and I just couldn't get a good enough look. And no matter how much I zoomed in, no matter how many screenshots I took, no matter how much I tried to get a better look at it, I couldn't physically get a better look at it, because I think they purposely blurred it out. I think that they purposely put that bokeh in to blur out that box and to blur out those stickers, so that you didn't really get a good sight. And the thing that I'm judging that the most on is where his name is completely gone. See where the name is right there?
And that I think is also due to a bad picture, because of course, remember the names is in silver.
I think that's
names in silver metallic.
I think that's on purpose. I think that was all part of blurring that sticker, because you'll see that the blur kind of starts like at the sticker and then comes down. Right, I think that they purposely put that much bokeh in so that you couldn't. The bokeh is the blur in the background, you know that. But in case somebody else didn't know that, that's the bokeh is the blur in the background. I think they purposely did that. I love the figures. I think that these are some of the best figures I've seen from Disney in a really long time. That also tells me that they're going to be really expensive in the secondary market. I mean that tells me, like the one you sent me, the Cinderella's Castle, the one that went up like $200 now, that these are going to go right in line with that. And I think that that's amazing that Funko has done something. I think Chase put over there says other countries.
And international, it says the international deal could be.
That's a good guess.
Funko metallic sticker. OTT says the sticker says exclusive in a few different languages, he thinks. That could be cool nonetheless.
That's really cool, Christine. Oh God, Christine, I love you.
Not co-host, we're both hosts. Well, I guess
I love you. She's got it figured out. I'm just a lonely co-host over here. All right. I still would love to hear your guesses, though. I'd love to hear the guesses on what that sticker is. I mean,
it's the new Funko Shop Unlimited sticker.
I really hope that it's a limited piece run. That's my big hopes, is that they're hiding the fact that it's got a number on that sticker, like it's maybe 5,000, maybe it's 4,000, maybe it's 20,000. Who knows? But I'm really like hoping that that's going to end up being a limited number run. Maybe that's a Funko Shop exclusive. Maybe it's an international Funko Shop exclusive. Maybe it's something crazy like that. But I'm really curious on what we're going to see from that sticker, because I think that's one of the best stickers I've seen come out of Funko yet. My fear is, here's my fear. Hear my fear. My fear is that's going to say Funko HQ. That's my fear.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
That's my fear.
At least I'm happy it's not on the Walt, because I would knock over a grandmother to get to that Walt.
It is not on the Walt. There's no sticker on Walt. They just have him at the 74 100. You can't really see Donald's number. Goofy is 1310, which is a pretty cool number. I still can't get it.
Silver metallic though. That's incredible.
I think that they're really awesome. These are some of the best pops I've seen come out of anything Disney in a really long time, with the exception of this really awesome Mickey that I have sitting back over here. Those are some really, really cool stuff. So Funko stock is kind of floating around the $10 mark.
Yeah.
Do you think their stock is undervalued right now? And I open up this question for everybody. Do you think their stock is undervalued?
I think all pops are undervalued at the moment, because I mean Funko, whether it's Mariotti that is making some changes, and I think that you hit on something with this, that this is a calm before the storm. I think there are going to be big changes coming. And I think Mariotti is jumping right into it. There's definitely, and I've seen it over the past 6 months, that the overstock of these things are just, you're buying a pop and there's no ultimate value on this stuff at all. Values just kind of dwindled to the most part over it. And I think that, doing dumps to Five Below or doing dumps on mystery boxes, I think, is their way of trying to clear this stock out and say we need to stop doing this.
I don't think that helped them any, though. If anything, I think dumping stuff off from Five Below and these discount retailers, I think that actually hurt them more than it helped them. It might have helped them clear out some of their inventory. But it's a short run hurt. It's a short run hurt. Right. But ultimately that's going to hurt them in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, an unlimited to infinity. That's about right. Quick Draw has it figured out. Unlimited to infinity and beyond, is Buzz Lightyear would say. But I'm really excited to see those. I think their stock right now is maybe where it should be. I know that I've gotten some hate for that in the past, for saying that out loud, but I still think that it's priced at the right spot. I know that this is why I say this. Hear me out. Funko has not made a real profit in 3 years. In 3 years, they have not made a real profit. For a company that hasn't made a significant profit in all of those years, going from $4 to 27 or 26 or wherever it was, is unrealistic.
I mean, that's right now.
That's unrealistic. I think that it finally hit where it should be, but I wanted to bring that up because to me that's still Funko news, and I think that we should at this point, there's certain times where I think I'm just going to buy a stock versus a pop at this moment, because I can actually buy their stock cheaper than I can a pop.
It's at $10 right now. Sure.
Right, so I can actually buy it cheaper at this moment than I can a pop. I'm a firm believer in supporting the companies that I love, so I'm all about supporting Funko. I own Funko stock. I mean, just in case you're like confused on that, you should probably do the same.
I think this year is going to be, right now is a perfect time to buy. It's at 10, but they closed today at $10.84 a share, and I think that we are going to see the reemergence of Funko this year, to be honest with you.
I'm glad that you pointed that out, because it's funny, because people give me a really hard time when I'm talking about the Funko stock and how I believe that it's properly valued at this moment. At this moment, I believe it's properly valued. Now, 6 months from now, I mean, I might not feel that way. I might look at everything they did and said, it should be valued at 25, but right now I feel like it's properly valued. 2 months from now, I might feel differently about that. But I strongly feel that if you love the company and you love supporting things that you're a part of, then you should go and buy their stock. If you have the ability to do so, you should definitely do that. I'm going to continue doing that on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. I haven't stopped since it went down to $7 a stock. I mean, because I know inevitably it's going to bounce back. I mean,
Well,
inevitably.
You got to
they're
think about a
going to
couple of
bounce
things here.
back.
Is first of all, look at the timing of this. You know, when did Mariotti come? Mariotti came back in November. Okay, the holidays came. You had a lot of things going on. Everyone figured, oh, it's holidays; they're going to slow down anyways. In the past, they never really did. They were still announcing big drops and stuff like that.
Yes.
And if you've noticed that pretty much since Mariotti has come back, as much as I don't like the guy personally wise, I think he's a douchebag. But business wise, he had the company where it was at its best point. And if you look at it, since he's come in, it's almost like he went in and told everyone, stop all your goddamn designs, stop the production, because nothing's come out or been announced since he's come back. It's January. They should already be dropping a announcement for, you know, Emerald City, you know, con, you know, or that was it, Emerald, whatever. They should be announcing, and we haven't. So I think there's a big shakeup going on in there right now. I think Mariotti is making big moves. We're just, of course, they're keeping it in house, so we're not seeing it. But I definitely think that there is big things going on.
I mean, as they should. They should keep it in-house. But I truly believe that we're about to see great things coming out of Funko, like this guy. Have you seen the check this out, the South Park exclusive Stephen Towley? So this thing is awesome to me. Now, if you get him, he is rather expensive. I think he's like 17 something. Let me click on the site so I can see it a little better with my old man glasses. 1750 is where he is at with the number 41. But if you go with the shirt, it's a shirt, it's a combo package. I want to say that he comes with a bottle opener. He comes with a few other things if you buy the shirt combo. But if you buy the shirt combo, he's like $69.95, a little expensive if you buy him that way. Both of them right now are up for pre-order, so you can go over there and pre-order those if you're something that you want to do. I cannot believe, absolutely cannot believe, that South Park has an exclusive. I mean, hit that superhero landing. You know you want to.
Hold on, I will. I'm looking at something else because I've actually, you guys are awesome. Real quick, and let me get to this real fast. We got to get Simon. Simon, appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. As always, we're going to give you that superhero thing. Awesome, because I'm trying to bring it up right here. I had two people in the chat bring up some Funko stickers. That this first one, I don't think it's that, because you can definitely tell it's not the right pattern. There's a Funko Shop exclusive.
It's not the right one for that.
I think it's this one right here.
That's the one it is. That is 100% it. It is a special edition Funko. That is 100% which one it is. That's really cool.
So thank you to Chase, and thank you to Zach. Sorry, Zach. Thank you for sending those over. I appreciate you as always. But of course, as well, Simon. Thank you very, very much.
We truly appreciate you, brother. I don't have anything to drink down here but Jack. I guess
I always gotta have something because I talk too much and my mouth gets dry.
This Jack it is. Woo. All right. Jack it is. 69 is not correct. So it is just a touch under that. It's $64.95. You might as well say that it's 69. It is an expensive combo, but like I said, let me click on it because maybe that is all that it comes with. That is all that it comes with.
This says it all right here, real quick.
Wow.
OTT said, "I just want Funko to slow down their releases. Didn't they release like 1,300 different Funkos last year? That's flooding the market." I would 100% agree with you.
I don't necessarily know that. Slush. What is going on, Slush? I'm only here for Chase. He likes my shit. What?
We always appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. It was funny is, you know, he hates my Disney stuff so much. He's always the very first person to comment on it so much. So I really think he's a closet Disney fan.
He's a closet Disney fan. He just doesn't want to admit it. That Towley t-shirt combo is kind of expensive. It's $64.95. I mean, I have some shirts that are that expensive. I have some shirts that are that expensive, but they don't have tally on them. So
That's
I
a
don't.
lot though for a combo set.
That is a lot for a combo. They shot for the moon with that combo. Without it being a limited edition, it would be one thing if that pop was maybe like a Towley neon green marijuana Towley or something that was limited to 5,000 pieces. They might have been able to ask that much money for it. I think they shot for the moon though, and the price of that slush. I am doing good, brother. I'm doing.
Well, I think, and I can't even blame Funko on this because, of course, this being a based on Comedy Central, essentially South Park exclusive. They of course set their own price.
Yeah, they set their own.
It's kind of like what was his name? Gabriel Iglesias. He does that a lot of times too. He'll bring up some big ones real high. That's on them. That's not on Funko. They're probably getting the same price that Funko would, but that to me is just way too high.
It's a really expensive combo. That's a really expensive combo. They have to know that that's an expensive combo. But I'm going to be honest with you, even $17.50 for that pop to me seems expensive. Now
Yeah.
I'm a huge South Park fan. I'm a huge Tally fan. But I don't. I fear that that's going to be the new norm going forward in this year. Is that we're going to see the Hot Topic's already asking 16, 15.90 is 16. Your other retailers haven't quite caught up to that yet, but they're getting there. Target's getting there. Walmart's getting there. I fear that the next step is going to be that $17 marker. It's at some point, and I think they have to be getting close to that. People are going to quit paying that much money for it.
At some point.
I have a hard time now justifying paying $15 for an exclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, so it just because of what they are. I mean, just because of what they are, and the fact that maybe we got spoiled being able to buy these things at $8 a piece for so long.
Sure, man.
I mean, that might have been a thing too. Maybe we just got spoiled because we could get them for $8 a piece. But I'm going to hold faith that at some point they're coming back down. Tell me how many of these that you're going to buy.
None.
What do you mean none? How many is the chat going to buy? I didn't hear the chat go crazy about that at all, and they should have. The chat should have went straight crazy about that. They did not go crazy about it. All right, I got one for you. I got one for y'all. Here, you're going to be able to go crazy for this one. I got you. Funko might not have gave us any news, but I can find the news. You give me a second, and I got you. Check this out. You will have to tell me exactly.
Even their online shop is boring right now.
What do you feel about Funko making beanies?
Yeah, I saw that on there. I'm like, why? This is back up on the level of the plastic watches.
I don't.
At least it's cheaper than the stupid plastic watches.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate the beanie.
I mean, it is peanuts. So
I'm a huge beanie person to begin with. The fact that it's a peanuts and it's got Woodstock and I don't hate it. I mean, this is like
I live in Florida. We don't wear beanies for it because there's no reason to wear beanies.
But here's what it's missing. Let me tell you what it's missing. And tell me over there if you're going to buy this one. I already know Slush has ordered 5 of them. Chase ordered 10 of them. He's giving one away for the next
That's because there's like 20 feet of snow in Canada where Slush.
I know that he's got 5 of them on his way. I know Chase has 10 of them on the way. How many other people are going to order this if they come out with the right one? Let's say this one might not be the right one for you, but what if they come out with the one that you have to have? But here's what I'm looking at this with, right? This is how I see this. If they would have put the Funko embroidered on the lip, right? And just big bold Funko like they have it in the cursive, right? Their logo, it would have made that 100 times more desirable.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Just having the Funko name could have, and if you're going to sell it on your site, why not?
Why did they not?
Yeah, why not have the Funko prominent? That is kind of silly.
Coming through your pom-pom. Chase knows he has 2 of these coming. He's going to need them for pom-poms. But I seen these today, and I thought, man, I wish that I could see how there's a market for this. I really could. But this makes me think that it's just a Chinese knockoff. Let's call it what it is. It's just something that somebody made in a Chinese.
This is something you buy off a Wish.
Yeah, there's no logos, there's no like branding, there's no nothing.
I mean, I don't know whose decision this one was, but I mean, if you're gonna sell something, I mean, you look at the rest of their stuff. You know, even their shirts are iconic with the look.
Yeah.
This doesn't even have a Snoopy Funko iconic type look to it. And if you're not going to do that, then you need to be slapping that Funko logo all over the place with the crown on it. I mean,
branding.
Something about this doesn't make any sense at all.
No branding whatsoever. This feels to me like somebody says, hey guys, I know how we can make some money. How's that? We're going to order 10,000 of these hats, because if we order them at 10,000, we can get them for 20 cents a piece.
I say Mariotti fires whoever decided this, and they take their loss and they take a tax write-off and send all these out to the good people of Canada up there, because we know that they're all cold. Unlike us down here in Florida, which was 87 degrees today.
No, you just came up with a genius idea. Let me tell you what they could do with this. They could put all of these in Funko boxes. They could go to all the homeless shelters. They could make all kinds of videos and shorts of them giving them away to the people at the homeless shelter, because it's not branded.
Yeah.
They didn't brand it. How could you make something and not brand it?
Make some quick YouTube shorts of that. And throw that up there, show it off. Ooh, we finally got that one.
Hold on, check this out. Branded. Hold up, branded.
Yeah.
Hold on, branded. Hold on, branded.
Even if you did put the Funko name, put the pop name on it everywhere.
Branded.
I don't know why those are
Hold
there.
on, check this out. Check this out. No branding.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
It's like, man, y'all had to know. I looked at it and I thought, for real. I mean, honestly, I might order one if it had Funko on it. If they put Funko embroidered on that belt, on the lip of that, and just big cursive letters with the crown, I might run out and buy one. But just that one by itself, I mean, I could probably go to my local gas station and pick one of those up.
That is a good point, Chase. Even the stupid watches had the branding on it.
I just can't believe that they didn't brand it. I was beside myself trying to look at why they wouldn't have branded it.
They shouldn't even be selling anything on their site that isn't branded.
The only thing that I could come up with was really somebody said, hey, man, I know how we can make some extra money. And they were like, how's that? We're just going to buy a bunch of these really cheap, and then we're going to throw them on our site.
Now, OTT, I know you like watches, but these look like they're probably still up on the site somewhere, I guarantee you. But these look like, some Cracker Jack style, something you wore back when you were in high school, and, plastic wristband. I mean, something that you probably could have gotten out of Cracker Jack, or even, one of those, you put the quarter in and you spin it and it comes out these little, that's about what that was, except for they were selling it for $25.
Yeah, OTT said I missed them. You did miss them. Chris just told you everything about it. They were the really cheap ones that came in your Easter basket.
Yeah, he said you can get at Burger King.
They were the really cheap ones that came in your Easter basket that your grandma got you, that it was just a big basket that she picked up from the store for a couple of bucks. That was with watches that were in that. It was pretty bad. It was some pretty bad watches that remind me of this beanie that is pretty bad. Without any branding. I don't even know why you would make it. Like you said, why would you even put that on your site without any branding? I'm 100% confused as to what they were thinking.
Well, I mean, you even look at it. If you look at the site, right on their site, right next to it, they have a My Hero Academia bag. Now, I know that they've been doing a lot of bags because they've partnered up with Loungefly.
They own Loungefly.
And that's fine. But this isn't even got a Loungefly bag. They're not. It doesn't. Loungefly bags will always have the logos on.
This is not Loungefly bag.
It's not Loungefly.
No, nope, not a Loungefly. So
you're gonna produce a small bag that
Yep.
doesn't even have a Loungefly. It doesn't have the Loungefly stamp on the
Yep.
front of it.
made
You don't
right
have a
beside,
Loungefly stamp on it. It's crap.
made right beside Loungefly though. So Funko bought Loungefly 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I might be wrong. Don't quote me on it. But I want to say that it was like 4 years ago. They actually own Loungefly. So Funko owns Loungefly. I've seen these already at Walmart in multiple different things. They've had some Valentine's Day. They've had some horror ones. You could put this right beside a Loungefly bag and would not be able to tell the difference.
Yes, but they're Loungefly knockoffs.
Yes, they knocked off their own product.
That they own.
Yep, they knocked off their own product, and I'm gonna put this out there. This is gonna be unpopular. That's genius. If anybody's gonna knock off your product,
It's probably cheaper. But any collector, and there are collectors of Loungefly bags out there.
Yes,
They're gonna look at that. And go, there's every Loungefly, and I mean, I'm sure there's one on here. every Loungefly bag has. In fact, I'm gonna find it because now this is bothering.
Oh no, there's probably definitely hundreds of them on here.
It always has a logo on the front of it.
No, they've got a whole bunch of them that don't have logos on the front of them, but they're not Loungefly. They haven't been. They kind of started moving away from the Loungefly and getting into like this unbranded bag, which is it's kind of genius.
Well, I know they have the deal with Disney. Disney, of course they get all the Loungefly bags for exclusive ones with Disney. But even this one, where is it? This Beauty and the Beast one right here. It has. I'm bringing up.
So this is kind of genius. If anybody's going to knock off your product, you might as well be the one that knocks it off. They're knocking off their own line. I mean, so that's pretty genius.
Just about on every Loungefly, you're gonna find this hard metallic Loungefly label item, and of course, this is showing it's a Disney exclusive. You're always going to find that on a authentic Loungefly bag.
I will guarantee you, though, that bag is being made right beside that one. They're making them right beside each other.
But the thing is that Loungefly takes it from that bag being $40 to that right there changes it from $40 to $75.
Yep,
guaranteed.
Yep.
And you may have the average kid that doesn't know the difference that is probably going to buy this, but the hardcore, just like with the Funkos, that's just saying it's like buying a Funko Pop that doesn't have any Funko logos on it. We know, maybe the average person doesn't know because it looks exactly the same. We know that it's not a Funko. Loungefly collectors are the same exact way. If it doesn't have that on there, it's not a Loungefly.
I agree with you 100%, but I will bet you they're made right beside each other. I mean, I would put money on it that this bag is made right beside that one. I mean, right beside it.
Yeah, that's $30. And then again, you notice there is no Loungefly marker on that.
But here's the thing, right? So check me out on this. If I was going to buy a bag that I was going to use, I would buy this one before I bought a Loungefly bag. Now, I said that I was going to use. If I wasn't going to use it, if it wasn't going to be something that I used on a regular basis, then maybe the Loungefly might be where I went. But if I was going to carry this with me every day, and I was going to throw it in a chair, and I was going to throw it on the floor, and I was going to throw it in my car, I guarantee you I would be okay with the $30.
Loungefly, and again, and yes, if you're not a collector and you just want something that looks cool, it's got Baby Yoda on it, or or your My Hero Academia that likes that, that's cool. Do you, if that's what you get. But don't pawn it off as being a Loungefly. Just don't, because people are going to call you out on it. Second of all, Loungefly is like Funko. Loungefly, you buy some exclusive Loungefly bags, and they have value to them.
Yeah.
They go up in value. They go down in value. They got just as much value as a Funko Pop. But you got to have that logo on.
But here's the problem I see with these bags again. They're unbranded. They're unbranded bags. Funko.
Maybe on the inside, maybe it has something. But
but you got to put your brand on there somewhere. Why would you build a brand? Why would you be proud of your brand that you built and then make products of your brand without branding it? The dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
That would be, Chris, that would be like you making a video and not putting your logo beside it, even though you've built your brand to where it's at.
My watermark logo is in everything I do.
There's no difference. I mean, it would be like you making a video and not letting your logo anywhere in it. So stupid. Nadia, how are you doing today? It's good to see you.
Like this one. This is even a Christmas. Highly Mickey Christmas one, and yes, still get the Loungefly stamp.
But how much is it? How much?
$90.
That's what I'm saying. But still, they should brand.
The quality of that's got to be a whole lot different.
Wait, it's probably a little different, but I bet it's not a whole lot. I'll bet the quality is not a whole lot of difference. Probably quality of material, but not
Yeah.
like a whole lot, like in the actual like way that they made it. Check this out though. There's a couple of other things that I want to talk about before we like run out of time today. So we have GameStop that is going to be all in the news this year. GameStop is going to be everywhere in the news this year.
Hold on. We can't go past this comment of Chase.
What do we got?
Chase says, rock the Batman lounge fly to Cleveland, and it was a great for tech things like cameras and microphones. Now, mind you, I won't personally buy lounge, but yeah, I would agree that I have a tech backpack that my wife bought me, and it's, to be honest with you, it's probably about the size of a lounge fly bag. Ain't good.
Hey, I don't know.
It's actually a camera bag.
I just put everything in backpacks. I have different backpacks. I have a slight obsession with backpacks. My wife will tell you that I've got probably too many backpacks.
Are you going to be a lounge fly collector then?
No, never going to be a lounge fly collector. That's not a backpack to me. That's a purse.
I would agree. Anything in the world is better than a fanny pack.
Yeah, I got fanny packs too, though. So, I like my fanny packs. Check it out. So GameStop's going to be in the news everywhere this year because GameStop has kind of been in trouble. So do you remember when GameStop had the whole like the 2021 where the stock got pushed up and they
got screwed by those joint venture capitalists?
Yeah, the venture capitalists were trying to get them, and then a bunch of geeks got together on Discord and started buying the stock at crazy like rates, and it pushed it way up through the moon. Well, GameStop winded up making $1.04 billion through all of that. But GameStop has also been a losing company for the past 4 years. GameStop has only grown by 1.3% in the past 4 years. That is all that GameStop has grown. They're very cash heavy right now because of that push in 2021. So they're saying that they have somewhere around $500 million left just from that 2021, or they have $1 billion left over from that push. But all of the analysts at this moment are saying that GameStop only has about 2 more years of capital before GameStop is either going to be completely out of money and running bankrupt, or they're gonna have to come up with a new plan.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with video games. Mind you, one time in my life I worked for GameStop.
Right.
Now, I think in the height of the console era and stuff like that, they made a lot of money. However, with the likeness of Xbox One, PlayStation 5, even in PlayStation 4, with the push to really, you don't have to buy the games anymore. You can just download them. You have to go to the store to buy your games. You can just download it. And with the rise of Amazon, companies like Amazon, where you can have everything sent to you, the world of video games, the only thing that's really holding GameStop in there is their used. If you're willing to buy a used game for a cheaper price, but even that, their used prices are not what they once were. So there's really no real effect to go to a GameStop anymore if you really think about it.
I agree with everything you said, and I think GameStop tried to reinvent themselves with ThinkGeek, but ThinkGeek didn't work out. I mean, I think ThinkGeek was way too heavy in some of the collectibles. They went way beyond in some of them that the average person just wasn't going to go buy. They had the great big anime statues. They had things that most people just weren't going to go there to buy. So I think that was their downfall, is they shot too far. There's that that saying, like getting too close to the sun, right? I mean, they shot too far out there. They needed to pull themselves back in. I think that getting rid of ThinkGeek was a great move by them, but I also think that everything that you said with the digitalness of games, with the fact that GameStop's pre-owned games are almost as expensive as if you just bought it new, they don't have a whole lot holding them in business anymore. Walmart has game controllers. Walmart has consoles. Walmart has controllers. So does Target. So does every other box retailer on this planet. So there's not a whole lot that's keeping GameStop there. I mean,
especially when you have quality things like an Amazon, where You know, if you got an Amazon, you get a controller and you're like, I don't really like that. Amazon will take anything back.
Yes.
You try to do that with GameStop, like, no.
So GameStop is burning somewhere around $400 million a year with no profit. So they're burning through somewhere around that much cash a year with no profit. 2 years is what the analyst gives them. This is a sad day if you think about it, because the idea of a GameStop exclusive might go away. On the other hand, your GameStop exclusive pops might go up in value like crazy.
Well, I think they're on the verge that, 10 years ago, the Barnes and Nobles, the Barnes and Nobles were at a point, and there's still some out there. I get that, but with the emergence of digital books and stuff like that, it just wasn't needed. So they are definitely on the verge. But I am excited for that fact, and maybe that's why they went with such an ugly ass sticker, because they saved a little bit of money by having an ugly ass sticker.
Well, I guess
here in the U.S.
I didn't think about it like that. They were saving money with that ugly red sticker.
I'm just hypothesizing here.
I mean, so the other side to that is, as a collector, that might mean that your collection's going to go way up in value. The flip side to that is a lot of things that would have been GameStop exclusives will no longer exist. So there's some pros and some cons with both sides of it. I hope that they reinvent themselves somehow. I don't know what that means, like as far as reinventing themselves, but I'm hoping to see something as a reinvention of what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure there's ways that they could reinvent themselves, but they just have to figure it out. And I think that this is another one of those companies that this year you will see a big change in leadership. I mean, I think that this is another one that this year will be the year for a big change in leadership.
You might even see a mass of a lot of store closures this year. I would assume.
Yeah.
Because you also got to remember too that they've also lost. Majority of GameStops used to be in malls, and I'm sorry, but even in a holiday season nowadays, you go to a mall, and it's kind of depressing. There's not as many people as there once was in the late 90s, or even in the 90s to the early 2000s, that the mall was the place to go. Now, it's not anymore.
I think that you brought up a valid point a minute ago with Amazon, though. It used to be that you could go to your mall and pick up things that you couldn't buy elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So you went to your mall and you grabbed your favorite pair of designer jeans that I couldn't buy anywhere else. You went to your mall and you bought some necklace that I just couldn't get anywhere else. You went to your mall and you picked up things that you just couldn't get anywhere else that were unique to the mall. The mall has no real uniqueness to it anymore. I can get everything at the mall online that I could get from them, but I could get it cheaper and sent to my house for less money than if I went to the mall. The malls are another thing that have to find a way to reinvent themselves.
They do.
And as collectors, I want to say that the way that they reinvent themselves is by bringing in cool stuff. Nadia, have a good night. They have to start bringing in cool stuff again. They have to bring the arcades back. They have to bring the attractions back. Bring in some go-karts. Bring in some arcades. Bring in some carousels. Bring in a roller coaster. Start bringing the thrill back to going to the mall, other than here's some designer stores that I could go online and get cheaper.
And yeah, I mean, I think you're right. You have to have, the only malls that I know that do well is like the high end malls. There's a mall that's not that far from us. We were pretty much two malls. One that's just a really high end. They have all the high end stores, the Coach, the Prada, the big name stuff that people don't want to go and buy online because they want to have it in their hand. And then the other one, the only thing I think, to be honest with you, that's even holding that whole thing together is the fact that it's got the largest Apple store in the area. So that one, everyone goes to that one because it's actually a fantastic Apple store. But I've seen more and more stores close. I think, the only thing that we go there as a family sometimes is my kids love the Build-A-Bear. But other than that, again, you can talk back to that exclusive. I can't find those anywhere else.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. There is a generation there that it does get kind of sad to see, the bookstores to start going away. You got the video game stores now starting to go away. The malls, I don't know how many videos I've watched about abandoned malls that were once, huge in their heyday. When you had Sears on one end and J.C. Penney's on the other, and
Those were the
Macy's in
days, right?
middle. Those were the staples. You know, when Sears went down, you're like, oh shit, what the hell? You know, huge department store like Sears. Come on, man.
Well, I don't think that they're completely dead, though. I think that it's just going to take some creativity. They can come back. They can resurrect themselves. They're just going to have to come back. Have you watched any of the Wednesday Addams stuff yet?
I have not. I've been binge watching a show that had 12 seasons, so I'm getting close. But I am planning on getting into it because I've heard nothing but great things about Wednesday.
Look, this is hands down one of the greatest series I have seen in a really long time. This was done by Tim
Burton did this one.
Tim Burton did this one. He did a great job. There's supposed to be a season 2. They're just now starting to drop more Wednesday Addams merch. This has some Funko Pops in it. Don't worry. I know you looked at it and thought, what is Wayne doing? Why is he throwing this on the screen? There is some Funko merch in here. We're going to see a lot more Funko merch coming from this. So I just kind of wanted to scroll this real quick. They have this bag. My daughters actually like this bag. The hoodies are okay. The socks are eh. This is the Wednesday Addams Funko Pop. But check this out. I wanted to talk about this for a little bit few other reasons. This pop's just okay. It's pretty average to me. It's There's nothing like super spectacular about it. They have her in the dance scene. We're supposed to see that one coming up. This thing right here is
creepy as shit.
This is a 10-inch. Check this out. You're gonna like this. This is a 10-inch. I'm gonna hope I say this right. WayneKo Toys exclusive. I tracked down WayneKo Toys because I thought this was so cool. I had to see exactly what a 10-inch like doll would go for.
It's like it's staring into my soul.
I'm gonna call it Duck a Duck. It's a doll. Let's not try and get all twisted with words.
That right there is on Annabelle type level. That thing is like creepy. It's staring into my soul and it wants to suck my soul into it.
So this thing is $50.
$50 is not a bad price.
It is not a bad price at all. So this is a Wednesday Addams doll, 10-inch doll. It comes with things, so you see that she has thing there with her. I am with you though. This thing stares deep into your soul.
I could just imagine waking up and that thing is moving around the fucking house, just different spots.
How about your wife moves it and puts it on the nightstand?
It take a new set on Alpha and the Shelf. It's Wednesday jumping around the damn. That's no.
Could you
as much as I like it and I think it's cool and it's very detailed and it's a great price, no, that thing is just creepy and should. It's like Chucky. You're inviting Chucky into your damn house. It just shouldn't happen.
So they have her holding the bags. I don't really remember what is in the bags. I'm sure that it's
piranhas.
It is piranhas. How did you know this?
Because that was in the trailer.
It is piranhas. This is the scene where she was throwing the piranhas in to get the kids back from picking on her brother. But anyway, so they have thing that's sitting right there. I think that this thing is super cool. I'm not going to lie to you. I might honestly buy this thing. So I found it here on WayneKo Toys. It's a WayneKo Toy exclusive. I'm starting to think that they might actually make these dolls. That it might be something like like Sideshow or something like that.
Like a Hot Toys.
Yeah, it might be like a Hot Toys or a Sideshow or something like this. This is going to be the Power Rangers. I know that everybody's been hype about the Power Rangers since one of them decided that he was no longer going to be with us. They don't actually have him in this group though. If you notice, the Green Ranger's not there.
White Ranger. He was actually a White Ranger.
Oh, I thought he was a Green Ranger, but
anyway. He did both.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's some really, really cool stuff, and you should probably go check this site out when you get a few minutes. Like they have, really cool. They have Elvira that's sitting on the TV. That's a few different ways. You get her with the rats and the popcorn, the green coming out the back of the TV. They have the different sideshows. So you have Elvira on there. One of them was just static. That's
a lot of detail.
Really cool job with these things, and I was just amazed when I found them on here. But for $65 you can get the 3-pack 1974 Godzilla. Now check this out. This is one of them
I'd be into.
This is one of them that I was into. So you had this one. You have the robot
Godzilla.
Yes, and then you have why did it do that? You have this guy. I don't know what this thing is.
What the hell is this? No, King Caesar.
So I'm here. Look at that. These are all really cool. And for $65 for the 3 of them, I don't think that's a terrible price. Now,
No, that's actually a pretty good price.
I don't know what I would do with them. I'd love to see like what kind of box they come in. Like if the box is a collectible item. Has anybody ever collected these in the chat? I'm so curious now, is to know if this has been something that somebody else has collected. Do they come in a really cool
this
box?
Chase just said that. It reminds me of the Living Dead dolls. And in fact, if you scroll down to the bottom of their website, it shows that they do Living Dead dolls.
Does it show that they do? Yeah, it does show that they do Living Dead dolls. Look at that.
Same company.
Chase,
good call, Chase.
Oh, these things are whoa.
Living Dead dolls.
Here we go. That's what I've always wanted.
Ooh, they got some good Marvel stuff too.
I don't know that I could do that doll. That doll was a little out there somewhere. This one right here. Check this guy out.
I'm just seeing the bottom of the screen.
So, did it not come up? Where's my screen at? Oh, why did it do that? I'm sitting here looking at it.
I'm like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Let's see. Maybe I can do it this way. It must have pulled up a different screen. So there is a lot of cool stuff in here. Living Dead dolls. There we go. I pulled up this guy. Check.
Yeah, those things are creepy too.
This thing they're just really ugly.
Not as bad as that. See, I can look at that and go, okay, that's definitely still, because it doesn't have the eyes just don't do it for me like that other one. That other one, no, that just looks creepy as shit.
I had never heard of these. I've never seen them. Didn't know that this was even a real thing until today. These things are really cool. I mean, so if you're looking for something else that maybe you want to like try and collect, or if you're just looking for a way to spice up your category, I think this is the way to do it. I mean, this is how I would do it. I don't see myself.
They look very detailed. They do have some price. I don't think they rival probably Hot Toys at best. But I'm down for it.
I don't think the price of them is horrible. I would honestly like try the Wednesday Addams just to see exactly what it looked like. I mean, a 10-inch doll of Wednesday Addams for $50, I don't think is terribly expensive. I think that's
you're
probably
get murdered in your sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to murder me in my sleep. I mean, you know how that goes, right? Let's see what the Batman looks like. So this is supposed to be a 1/12 scale.
Batman is still going to be ugly.
That's a pretty cool looking Batman, though. That's not terrible.
It's a weird cape, though.
It's still not terrible. I mean, I guess that I just didn't know this company existed. Their stuff is not that. I would really like to see a review now. I'm gonna have to like go look at some reviews.
That one is cool though. I'd be interested in that.
I'm gonna have to go look at some of their reviews and just see what they have. But I just thought that I would drop that in there really quick because I know how we all love to see what they have going on. I'm gonna pull up their Instagram real quick because I seen that they were showing some. No. Let's not pull up their Instagram. I know what we want to pull up. We're not gonna pull up their Instagram. I want to pull this up. Ta-ta. Watch this. Where's it at? What's that?
Sorry, that Wednesday Addams just popped up again.
You're buying that Wednesday Addams? Is that what you're doing?
I buy the Godzilla pack, but no, that Wednesday Addams is creepy.
So let me put this back on here real quick. I noticed that today when I was on here looking that they have something else on here that everybody should be trying to keep their eyes on. The coming soon, they have these stupid things, which we know are pretty stupid. We're not going to pay those any attention because they're all really stupid. We're just going to get some more Star Wars stuff jammed down our throats some more. Where was it at? So I noticed that today they have the Snoop. Let's go all the way to the end. Let's go that way. And then let's work our way back. They have the Snoop Dogg pops on here, and I didn't look at them to see if they were going to be a Funko Shop exclusive or what exactly they had going on with them. You know that this year, I can't remember exactly what day they're going to be opening the new Snoop Doghouse. Here it is. So they're going to be opening the new Snoop Doghouse. They just say exclusive, but don't say exclusive to where. So I am sure that these are going to be exclusive to his stores, which means we will never get our hands on these. These are going to be like pops that we will never see because they're not exactly telling us where they are an exclusive to, which is kind of garbage. So I wish that they would tell us where those are exclusive to. But remember that Snoop's going to be opening his store in Oakland. Oakland. Inglewood is where Snoop is opening his store. Yeah, it's Inglewood's where he's opening it this year. So Snoop's going to be opening his store in Inglewood's. That they're going to have those pops like laying around. We're not going to get our hands on those though, because I'm sure that those are going to be Inglewood shop exclusives, which to me is kind of garbage because I want to get my hands on them. So if anybody lives in Inglewood, how about let me know? But they say that's a pretty rough place, so I doubt that any of us are living in Inglewood. I wonder if you can find them on the website. I don't know. I guess I didn't even know if Snoop had a website. Let's see if he even has a website. I'm sure that he does, right? He has to have a website, right? Maybe, possibly. Snoop, let's see, snoopdogg.com. Apparently he does. Let's go to shop. I guess I didn't even know that Snoop had a website. Here, we're gonna pull this up real quick. I got you. Let's check out Snoop's website while we're sitting here. Check this out. I didn't know that Snoop had a website. Check this out. Here we go. You know you need the new Snoop merch that's going to be dropping this year. Everybody needs the Snoop merch that's going to be dropping this year. So I don't know. Have you been paying any attention to this? So Snoop kind of joined up with Funko at some point. They made the Funko Pops. They're kind of co-doing this store together. So I don't know exactly what that means, whether if Funko is invested like in his store or if they're just not necessarily invested, but they're collaborating. I don't really know. They didn't really like tell you exactly like what that looked like in the grand scheme of stuff. It doesn't come until February the 13th is when we're going to see the merch start to drop. So there's no point in looking at that any further. They have this little bit of stuff right here, but it doesn't. I don't see anything to do with the actual like. Are you seeing? You're not seeing that.
Oh, there's a shop.
Yes, it pulled up a different window, so it isn't going to work that way. There's really not anything on there that you're going to see. I guess we're just going to have to wait. We're just going to have to wait until the 13th of next month and see exactly what we can get our hands on and when we can get our hands on it. I mean, they're just not giving you that much. I mean, we have the campaigns here. There's just not a whole lot on there, but it's okay.
That is a good point, Chase. That could be, Funko. They have all the store exclusives on their own website, so might not be surprised if it doesn't show up on there as well.
We'll see. I mean, when I was originally reading the article, they were going to be actually exclusive to the store, right? So you had to physically be in the store if you were going to collect these. So I still have a feeling that we know that Funko will do that. We 100% know.
I think it's weird as hell.
We 100% know that Funko will make you show up to their stores to buy things. I mean, look at the Funko HQ is the great example of that. They will make things Funko HQ headquarters and just do not care if whether or not you can make it there or not. But I wonder if Funko is going to change their HQ, because didn't Funko lose the HQ here recently?
Well, yeah, I remember that was going up for lease and they were supposed to be moving, so that's when they started the whole Arizona thing.
I wonder, I mean, I guess we haven't seen that many Funko HQ stuff in a long time. I bet that's why. I mean, I would almost put money that's why we haven't seen Funko HQ stuff in a long time. They're not there anymore, which is only Funko Hollywood now.
Yeah, they went from an HQ to a stupid food truck.
You can't wait for that food truck. No, I'm excited for that food truck. Excited. So what you got going on? What's
funny is I said that food truck just before I even seen the comment that Chase made about the mobile unit.
I can't wait for that mobile unit. I'm so excited for that mobile unit. Y'all don't even
Wow.
know
I think
how
that's gonna be
excited
so lame.
I am going to have a camera in every hand with microphone. I'm going to have my daughters following me around with cameras and lighting, and I'm going to try everything I can to make sure I look like I'm somebody that's important to see if I can
That
get all the
food truck is gonna be
prototypes.
so
I
lame.
just want the
dude.
prototypes.
So lame. It's gonna be
Look,
horrible.
I'm going to have lights and cameras everywhere when I walk up to this truck.
It's a horrible idea. Mariana,
3
you
cameras,
need to stop that
4
shit.
lightings. I'm going to start hiring neighborhood kids to follow me around with lighting.
That's a horrible idea.
It's a great idea.
Dumb.
Great idea. I'm going to make so much content in that truck. It's going to be insane. I'm going to try and get every promo they have.
I don't know. I think, yeah.
I'm loving it.
The biggest thing I would like to see, I think, from Funko this year is not only scale back the stock, but I would like to see them come up with a plan to open up more stores in some of the biggest cities.
Well, I think they have some that just opened up New York.
I'd like to see New York. I think you have LA, and of course you got up in Washington supposedly still. So I'd like to see it at least in 3 other major cities. One in the Midwest, got to be in Chicago. You got to put one in New York, and then you got to put one in Orlando.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think they just recently opened one up in New York. I'm trying to remember. There was some kind of like thing where they were trying to force you to go to it. What was it? It was the make your own Freddy. That's it. It's the make your own Freddy, but you had to go to the New York store to make your own Freddy. So I know that there's one in New York now. We know that there's one in Hollywood. There used to be one in Washington State, but I guess that's no longer there. I'm hoping the same thing you do. I'd like to see one go to Florida. I'd like to see one go. It doesn't even have to be like in my state, just in the Midwest in general.
I think Chicago's a big city. I think
Chicago is so bad right now, though. I wouldn't tell anybody to go to Chicago right now.
But when you think big Midwest states, the first thing that comes to my mind is Chicago.
Chicago is so crime ridden right now. I wouldn't do one in Chicago. Chicago would be a hard pass for most people just because of the environment that Chicago's been worse than Detroit in the past year. I mean, and that's pretty bad. I mean, that's saying a lot. Like the Maleficent Mile. I used to love to go to Maleficent Mile in Chicago. It was a part of their downtown strip that just had all of this super high-end stores. They had Gucci, Prada, if you name it, and it was a god-awful expensive price, they had the store. But then when all of the pandemic happened and all of the people started looting, they were busting the windows, looting the whole buildings out. None of those people came back. All of those stores just left it abandoned. And so it's just not the place that it used to be.
You go with something like Nashville. Nashville's a really big.
That would be a good one. Yes, that would be a good one. I can think of a lot of major cities that would be a really cool one, but I think that you're onto something with Florida. You'll probably see one in Florida way before you see one anywhere else, just because of where Florida's at. You know, Florida would kind of be like California in my eyes when it comes like to the tourists, to the environment, to the population. I mean, they would be tit for tat with each other. So it's probably only a matter of time. I'm excited for that food truck, though. I know you're not. I am excited. I'm so excited for that food truck. I might ask them if you think they would just take me along with them. Maybe I could just ride along with them.
I just want to sit in that front seat.
That's right. Can I sit in the front seat? Can I honk the horn?
Horn? You know, I'll do what I can to get myself off the blacklist.
That's right. You're like, guys, I'm real sorry. Let me start deleting those videos. You're like, I delete a video for every time you let me honk the horn. You start bribing them and shit.
Oh man.
What you got going on next week?
Nothing. Just new news coming up. We got 5 Minutes Disney, of course, coming in again on this weekend. Some more ideas. I'm trying to get better. I've got myself a challenge I'm going to try for next week is I'm going to drop at least a new TikTok or short every single day just to stay focused and go for it. And if I can do it every week, I'm going to try to do it for the next week, because shorts are the way it's going. If you're doing TikTok and you're not including shorts into your what you're putting out, you're missing out big time.
Well,
And
you're
I'm
gonna get
liking
left
doing. I'm really enjoying. But
You're gonna get left behind if you don't start adapting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the truth.
Wayne gave me an idea today for a short, which to me, it's one of my favorite places in Disney Springs. So it wouldn't be twisting my arm to go over there. But definitely, I think I got to start doing some more of that, to do some more shorts and stuff like that. When I think Disney, though, I don't think much about the parks and filming the parks. There's so many YouTubers that film in the parks nowadays, and to be honest with you, unless it's something new that's opening up, I mean, there's thousands of videos out there to show you everything that I would show you anyways. But in small increments or in shorts, I think that's a different story. So there's something to be had, but there are some food reviews coming up that I got in plans and in works and stuff like that. So those will come sometime within the first half of the year. But other than that, just come in and do new ideas. Got classes that start next week. Got a cinematography class to do, so I'm real excited for that. Learn some new ways to edit and take camera angles and stuff like that. Whatever Wayne hasn't tried to teach me already.
Whatever. I'm excited for you. That's going to be a lot of fun. And man, like you said with the shorts, I have just been impressed lately with like some of the storytelling that people are doing with shorts and how fast they're telling the story versus
Have a good night, OTT.
And versus it getting drug out like however long that it is. They're telling a story in under 30 seconds, which is amazing. If you don't get behind the shorts and you're a content creator, you are messing up. I noticed it here recently, even the big names, even
Mr. Beast is doing shorts.
Even the million subscribers now are starting to see that there's some benefit in the shorts. But I was very reluctant for a long time. And I think I told you this. I was watching somebody else that had like 4 or 5 million subscribers. I can't even remember the channel, but it's a review channel. But he doesn't review things quite like we do in the Funko community. He reviews this right here, or he reviews this little like part that hooks to your camera, right? I mean, he's a different kind of reviewer. He reviews this SD stick, right? It's a different kind of content. But he was going over the shorts and how they were going to take a main stage in the future. And once I listened to him explain it to me in a way that made sense, I got behind the shorts. Once he gave it to me in a way that wasn't, oh, I'm just going to point my camera at my book and that's what we're going to do for 2 seconds. And then we're going to move on to something else. Once he gave it to me in a light that I understood, I got behind him. And then I think I've been pushing everybody else I know, like you, to get behind them as well, because they are going to be, it's like a tool belt, right? They're just a tool that you're putting in your tool belt. Like your long content is a tool that's in your tool belt. Now your short form content should be a tool that's in your tool belt. Just like your thumbnails should be a tool that's in your tool belt. Everything that you do should just be another tool that you add to your arsenal. And that's a great one to add right now. And if you don't get behind them this year, I promise you're getting left behind. I mean, just to God's honest at this point. If you don't do it at this point, you will be left behind. So we've got to block that user. I was right on that. Somebody got there before I did. We've got to block that user because you know how much we love those likes. I can't say it, but
you definitely got to do it, and you got to put. Especially there are new things coming up September 1st. If you're a content creator, and YouTube is they've already emphasized that shorts is being in there big time in their future with the news and the changes that are coming on February 1st. So you need to already be doing this stuff.
I think that as content creators, a lot of us kind of felt like shorts were going to
diminish our creation.
I think that was the wrong way of looking at it.
Yeah.
They're not going to diminish our creations. They're going to bring more people to watch your content because they're going to like your short form content. They're going to be like, well, I really need to go check Mr. Techbot out because maybe he has some videos I want to watch because I really like his short content. So let me go watch some of this other stuff. I think that's the right way to look at that. I truly appreciate you hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody for hanging out.
Always.
With me.
Happy New Year, everybody. Just want to thank you and hope those New Year's resolutions haven't been diminished already. But definitely enjoy hanging out with you as always. until next week, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button along with those post notification bells.
I promise y'all I'm going to do a new ending soon. I promise I am.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.